Elliot Lee, James McLean, back to Elliot Lee. Elliot Lee in the middle. Marriott through, goal, brilliant finish. Welcome back, my friend, welcome back. I tell you, life isn't easy. Hey, Barnsley wasn't fun, but you know what? There's a good time to lose and a bad time to lose. I'll tell you later in the show why there's sometimes a good time to lose. But hey, welcome in Wrexham fans, welcome in Peterborough fans, welcome in neutral fans everywhere around the world to the pre-game show. Wrexham taking on Peterborough. I tell you what, we're in for a smashing game at the racecourse ground. The Stoke Kairas, the Ikairas, call it what you will, what you like, what you want. But I tell you, we're in for another dose of fast and furious Wrexham drama and posh. I tell you what, Wrexham fans, if you feel down after one loss, just imagine how they feel. Yeah, the posh fans. 6 losses in 8. Think about that for a second and think about this. This is where we're going. First of all, in seconds away, I'm going to give you the prediction. Then we're going to go to League One top 6 matches. Then we're going to go highlights. Peterborough, Wrexham last time round. Then we'll touch the stats from that game last time around. Then we'll talk about the match stats in detail. League One player stats, new segment, League One players. Now we've got stuff to work with. Yeah, half a season, we've got loads of stats. You can tell you who's the top scorer, who's the assist king, and the Bad Boys Club as well. Yellow and red cards. Also going to go to the head-to-head between these two and who's bossing it. Yes, reason to stick around, posh fans. Wrexham fans know this show, yeah? We love Wrexham. Then we're talking about Wrexham and the Peterborough season stats in colour, so you're going to see that. And we'll talk about both. Wrexham shorter than Peterborough because, let's face it, you've heard about Wrexham a lot of times, Wrexham fans. Then we're going to talk the match prediction. And then we'll get you ready for that game. So that's where we're going. Right now, let's take a look at the score prediction. So, yeah, let's get into the score prediction. I tell you straight off the bat, I do not see a 0-0, and a great score for Peterborough, in my opinion, right now, would be a 1-1 on the road. I don't see it, but that's what I would say would be a great result for them. I'm looking minimum on this one for 1-0 to Wrexham. I'm starting with 2-0. That's what I'm asking for, 2-0. Should things go well, it could be 3-0, but I'm certainly saying that I'm asking and saying 2-0 for this game. Let's take a look at the odds. A home win for the Red Dragons looks like that. And an away win is 19-5. Those are the odds. If you're looking for the draw, those are decent odds too. So that's what we're looking at. But I'm telling you now, as far as the score goes, I'm looking for 2-0. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, now you've seen the prediction, what I'm thinking. Let's take a look at League One matches this time around and top 6 focus. Come on, let's go again. You're going to love this. Okay, my friend, there is the lineup for all the games. There are 2 earlies, and everybody else is otherwise a 3 o'clock kickoff. As usual, we see all the games, but we're going to focus on the top 6. Congratulations, Barnsley, getting back in the top 6. 4 wins in 5. They welcome in 21st place Crawley Town with only 1 win in 5. In fact, they only got 4 points in 5 with 3 losses in the last 4. Take Barnsley. Huddersfield Town unbeaten in 13 now. Welcome in Rotherham in 17th. You gotta think this is another good day for Huddersfield. Second place Birmingham unbeaten in 8. Travel to 16th place Wigan. And you gotta think, is it going to be 3 ties on the bounce, or are Birmingham going to get that win? Third place Wrexham welcome in Peterborough United. Only 1 win in 5, 6 losses in 8. You gotta think a bounce back win is there for Wrexham to be had after a very disappointing Barnsley away. Wycombe Wanderers back on top again. Hey, I tell you what, Blackpool coming in, you got to think Wycombe's going to grab another 3 points, or does Blackpool force another draw? Interesting games this week, hey, like every week. Now, let's take a look at the highlights from the last time these two went at it earlier in the season. Yeah, take a look. Elliot Lee, James McLean, back to Elliot Lee. Elliot Lee in the middle. Marriott through. Goal. Brilliant finish. Lovely finish by Jack Marriott. Man. Have we missed Jack Marriott? I tell you, we have. Tom McConnell with the corner. Maxi Cleworth on the end of it. It's 2-0. We need to see more of that in the next game. Well done, Max. 5 goals on the season. Jump for joy, son. Tom Connor even had chance to clip off the crossbar. Oh, it could have been 3. There you go. There's the match stats from last time Peterborough took on Wrexham. Now we're going to take a look at the EFL player stats. And I'll tell you what, it's a new segment, but I think you'll enjoy it, and we're going to bring it each week. Player stats, EFL, League One. Let's go. I don't know about you, but I really enjoy looking out of the goal and thinking of balls coming in net. Oh, yes. So take a look at the player stats from League One starting off. Yes, there you go. I'll tell you what, Louis Barry, you've heard me yap my jaws about Louis Barry quite some time. Really like this guy, really like him. I tell you what I do. And Jay Stansfield, not forgetting Richard Kone, not forgetting. But Jay Stansfield, young kid, tell you what, poof, Birmingham, sign him. Somebody sign him, because he's got great feet. There you go. There's your top scorers. Down at the bottom, you can see where we're doing, Wrexham fans. Elliot Lee, Jack Marriott, and Max Cleworth. Games per goal ratio. Let's take a look at the assist kings. Top of the league, yes, there you go, Ryan Barnett, and James McLean's also got 4, and we've got 19 players tied on 4 assists. Take a look, press hold, you'll have more time with it. Let's go to the Bad Boys Club. Yellow cards first, obviously. So, looking at the yellow Bad Boys Club, there's a few guys seeing red at the moment. You can see that, yes. Too many yellows, you're going to get one of those reds, but right now, that's what we're looking at on yellow cards. And on the red cards, well, hey, Terence Van Koonten from Burton Albion leading the way. Otherwise, there's a whole pile of guys on 1. So there you go. EFL League One player stats. Wrexham obviously highlighted as well, but we're going to bring that each week. PJ down in Sydney, I know you're a stats man. I think you'll like that one. Now we're going to take a look at the head-to-head. Let's go, starting with the historical stuff. Yeah. So the history between Wrexham and Peterborough head-to-head fashion has been going since 1960. Take a look at that. The first win, the first loss, bad day, best day. Press pause, hold it there. I'm going to move on. 4 of the last 5 games. Take it there. And also, who's bossing this? Who won, drew, did what in the last game? If you have forgotten, it was a couple of months ago. And indeed, Wrexham are bossing it for now with a 2-0 win. Now, when you're talking head-to-head, how many has Wrexham won all time since 1960? 26. Well, that's a good number. How many have they drawn? 18. Well, hey, has United scored more than 26 wins on Wrexham or less? Let's take a look. 19. So there you go. Wrexham is bossing this one, and I'm sure Rob and Ryan are quite happy about that, as you are too. But one thing's for sure, them two guys are going to be spending money in January to make this team a little harder on the front foot. So there you go. You got the head-to-head beautifully in place now. You know Wrexham's bossing this. But here's some interesting stats. Unbeaten teams in the league. You know recently Wrexham lost to Barnsley, so the 8-game unbeaten streak, done. Got to start over. Wycombe, 19 games unbeaten. They've started over, got a win already. Birmingham, 8 games unbeaten, going strong. Yeah, probably going to win the league. And finally, Huddersfield. How many are they unbeaten now? 13. It goes on. Is it going to beat Wycombe's 19? I wonder. Some other stats as well before we get to these games and season stats from both teams. When Wrexham were promoted last year, they were promoted with 3 other teams. Those teams, Crawley, Mansfield and Stockport, yeah? Okay. Stockport came up as champions. They now sit 7th, yeah? Mansfield Town, they finished 3rd. They now sit 9th. Crawley Town came up in the playoff final. They now sit 21st. And Wrexham finished 2nd last year and are sitting 3rd. Let that register how well Wrexham has done, how well Phil has done, and how well the head shed, the boardroom, has done as well with player acquisitions. It's January. I'm sure Rob and Ryan are thinking of spending some lovely lolly on a great player up front, and I'm still calling for a playmaker. Don't think we need a goalkeeper. Arthur's really on the mend, yeah? He's been on the bench already, yeah? So I don't think that's a necessity anymore. It never was an emergency. It's not a necessity. So midfield general, creation playmaker, Yeah, a bit more creativity was what was needed. And maybe another forward is what I'm saying. That's it. That's it. Moving along, let's get to the season stats from both Wrexham and Peterborough United. Once again, thank you so much for watching the channel and supporting the channel. It really means a lot. It really does. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe. Taking a look at Wrexham's season so far. So there we are. There's the Wrexham season so far for the benefit of either Wrexham or either Peterborough fans, or if you're the neutral as well. And I'd say this to Wrexham fans. This is the way I'm looking at it from the Barnsley angle. Don't be down. Don't wear a frown. If there's a time to win and a time to lose, well, hey, that's a good time to lose. And I'll tell you why later in the show, yeah? But don't be down. Look at the season so far as this way. It's unbeaten streaks that define Wrexham's season. There's been a 5-game unbeaten streak, another 5-game unbeaten streak, and recently an 8-game unbeaten streak. Unbeaten streaks define Wrexham's season. Next up, obviously, it's Peterborough, but after then, it's Reading, it's Shrewsbury, and then it's Birmingham City at the Stoke Quay Ras. Let's take a look at Peterborough, or as they call them, the Posh. So as the headline says, United's season hangs in the balance. I mean, where are they going? They're just literally sort of sliding closer and closer to the relegation zone. They should not go down. Not with the players and not with the coach they've got. But here's a few things I'm going to show you first of all. Last 5, 1 win, 1 draw, 3 losses, 7 goals for, 14 against, 4 points from 15 for 26%. The last 10, 2 wins, 1 draw, 7 losses. Percentage-wise, though, last 10, 23%. Percentage-wise, last 5, 26%. More importantly, the away form. 2 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses, 15 goals scored to 20, 8 points from 30 for 26%. This really looks like another loss, to be quite honest. Okay, my friend, you've heard it all now. Now we're getting into the meat and the veg, the game talk. What I'm thinking, this won't take long. It will not be painful. And the end is nigh. So, for which team you're thinking? Well, let's put it this way. Peterborough United, right? I got to say this much. For a League One team, this season is turning into maybe an aberration, but certainly a bloody nightmare for them guys. 6 losses in the last 8, yeah? It's a miserable first half to the season. If you consider the last 2 seasons, 22-2023, they finished 6th, and in 2023-2024, they finished 4th. Both seasons, they were active in the playoffs, and with a little fortune in playoff penalty kicks, they may well have got up another league. So to see where they are right now, you got to think Darren Ferguson's having a torrid time getting this turned around. 6 losses in 8. That's not Posh form. That's not Peterborough form. Ferguson has been with Posh 4 different occasions. When I think of Peterborough United, I think of Darren Ferguson. When I think of Manchester United, I think of his dad, Sir Alex Ferguson. They're both synonymous with their clubs. Got to say. A couple of things I also bring you each week. The worst team in the league right now. Who is the worst team in the league right now? Have a think. Well, Cambridge is 1. They got 1 point in 15. But there's another team that's equally as greatly bad. And that's Bristol Rovers, a team we recently played. Get a load of that. Best team in the league? It's not Wycombe. It's not Birmingham. It's not Wrexham. It's not Huddersfield. No. It's Leyton Orient in 8th.
Whoa!
Yeah. 4 wins on the bounce. Prior to that, 1 draw. I tell you, 13 points from 15 on bloody fire. And they're coming up close to the top 6. I don't think they're going to be a top 6 team. I think sometimes the balloon rises, then it gets popped and goes back down a little. No relegation factor, but I think somewhere bouncing around mid-table is where they're going to finish eventually. It's nice to see Leyton get some good form. It really is. But it doesn't happen all the time, no? But getting to this game, you've seen the stats. You've seen where I'm going with a 2-0. I really think it's tough, torrid times for Ferguson and for the Posh to carry on. I don't think this weekend's the game where they turn it around. I think this is the weekend where it's another loss. I do see the 2-0. I'll be happy with the 1-0 because, let's face it, like I told you before, Every time Wrexham has lost this season, the season where it's been a season of streaks, 5 wins unbeaten, 5 games unbeaten, another 5 games unbeaten, and then an 8-game system unbeaten recently. It's been a season of streaks, but each time they lose, they win the next game at home. This is a home game. Things go normally to stats. Historically, things go to stats as well. But when you look at the two teams, one's up here and one's going further down, nearly out of sight. Wrexham, 2-0 on the day, I think is a very good situation to look at. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. And as for the playing core, like I say, I mentioned earlier about the goalkeeping, no need to change anything with the goalkeeping at Wrexham. Arthur's coming back. I'm sad about Callum being out for the season because I really wanted to see more of him. Really I did. But I'm interested to know what Wrexham's going to bring in the off-season. Ryan, Rob, you've got the dosh. Spend it, because now is the time. If we ever needed a player bringing in, now's the time. Paulie Mullins getting there. Yeah, the wonder goal recently with the volley, beautiful. But we need consistency. When you consider that Elliot Lee on 6 is our top leading scorer in the league, take a look back at the stats. Go have a look back at the stats and see what the goal scoring is with other teams. Only because of great team defense are where we are today. It's not because of just goal scoring. But if we can bolster it with better goal scoring and more goals per game, just think where we could be in another 20-odd games. Now is the time to get that striker. No dilly-dallying, put the money on the table, secure the future, and if promotion can be had, now's the time you made it happen. The stage, the platform is set. Wrexham, right now, 3rd, looking damn good. But this is the mountaintop. Get on top of the mountain, stay on top of the mountain, and add something to it. And you won't fall down fast. You've seen teams come up into the top 6 and shoot straight out. Stockport is the latest candidate. Yeah? So let's face it. That's what I'm saying. Let's spend a little money to make something happen. Yeah? Really. At the end of the day, we're looking for 3 points. I'm looking for more drama. I'm really into this. When you consider where we were a few years ago to where we are right now, challenging for glory days again, 3 years on the bounce. Tell me another club that's got that. Tell me this isn't the best story in football, because it bloody well is. I've said this 1,000 times. This is the best story in football, and I'm talking worldwide. You tell me another club that's going as good as this. And there's no arrogance with the Wrexham fans. It's pure joy. It's pure happiness. It's absolutely bloody lovely. And no one could see this coming 5 years ago, right? I couldn't. You couldn't. Phil Weston, could you? I don't think you could, mate. At the end of the day, get ready for more drama. It's going to be bloody cold, about 2 degrees at kickoff. And there's a snow warning coming in. I think we might be okay. But maybe people might need to get some spades out somewhere south of us. At the end of the day, I'm looking for more drama. I wouldn't have it any other way. I love every second of this. And I hope you fever off what I'm feeling. Because like I say, each time Wrexham lose this season, they come back with a home win. Peterborough, look in, because you're on the board. You're on the radar. You are the target. And every week Wrexham play, we are the target of scorn and of every team that want to beat us. This weekend ain't no difference. Difference is we just lost and we're angry and we want to get back to it and we want to start another unbeaten streak, just as the season has dictated so far. So, my friend, thanks for being here again. If you're here for the first time, like, subscribe, get into this. And remember, it's Wrexham, Peterborough United, Stoke Kairas. Let's have it. Cheers.